Put the money in the bag.
What's up, guys? My name is Kyle. I'm coming to you live. Today I'm going to talk about money. Like many of you, money is important to me because without it, you can't buy stuff like food. I think a lot about how to make more of it because my wife would like to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. We have 3 kids, and so that means we'll lose her income. So I need to make a little more money. And because we have 3 kids and they cost a lot to raise, if any of you have kids, you know kids are not cheap. And yada, yada, yada. You know all the reasons someone might need some more money. There's a million reasons, and we can always think of one more reason we need a little bit more money, right? Before I break down these 5 methods, I feel like someone watching needs to hear this right now. Money will not make you happy. The older I get, the more I learn this is true. So don't try to get happy by getting money. But you are here to learn some ways that you can make more, and that's great, that's fine. So let me show you the 5 ways that I currently use, plus one bonus way that I used to use that I don't anymore, to make the moolah as a guitar player. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. And that leads me into my first method, which is actually my bonus method because I don't use this method anymore. It's a job I used to have about less than a year ago. I did for a couple years, and it's not a guarantee for everyone. That's why it's kind of a bonus, and that is to play at your local hospital. Now I found the job online. It was a really cool job, but I basically just walked the halls and played guitar for patients. I sang here and there, but mostly I just played. And the patients really loved it, especially if you're pretty competent on your instrument. And you can really make someone's day by coming in who's had surgery or been sick for a while, hasn't seen a lot of people, and just come in there and play some music for them and talk to them a little bit. And it was a really cool job. It didn't make a lot of money. It was a little more than minimum wage, but it was really cool. So you might check with hospitals in the area and see if they offer anything like that. Again, that's my bonus way. I don't do that job anymore. It just didn't pay enough. And so I couldn't justify doing that in place of some of the other things that I do now. But very cool opportunity if you have a hospital in your area or some sort of rehabilitation center that might offer to pay you for that. Here is the first thing that I do currently that makes me some money, and that is being a music producer in my home studio. I do a lot of guitar work, obviously, in my songs, and it's something that people I think value when they work with me is to use the guitar. So I consider that a guitar method, but I don't make a ton of money from it. It's something that I'd like to do more of down the road, but I do make around $1,000 to $2,000 a year from it. The projects are pretty sparse, and so that's the first method that I use. It makes me a little bit of money playing guitar, recording music for clients. The second method that I use currently is to play music for elderly people in retirement homes and care homes. Now, I do this every single week. I have some connections here in town to some of the care homes where I've kind of gotten my foot in the door, and I play music weekly. I actually play piano at a couple places, and then I play a guitar at some other places. But it pays pretty well. I ask $50 for a half-hour session. So I'll go in there, and by now I've gotten to know everyone pretty well, so it's really fun. And it pays, like I said, $50 for half an hour is pretty good. You do have to drive there. But if you know anyone in town who is connected to these places, that's a good place to start to get a call. But otherwise, you can I guarantee if you're in like a city, there's tons of these private homes or retirement homes where you could just stop in and say, hey, I'm a guitar player, would love to play and sing for your patients, or your residents is what they usually call them. And you can get to know some people like that. You can make some money doing it. It's a really cool job. I, at one point, was playing at 4 retirement homes per week, and they were just each half an hour sesh. So I was making $200 a week for a while, 4 times 50, $200 a week, which is pretty good. That's $800 a month, around almost $10,000 a year. But currently, I'm just playing at 1 place per week, but still, it's just only half an hour of work, and it's $200 a month right there. It's pretty good money. It's really fun.
Okay, before I continue to my next method that I currently use, I am working on a new method. I'm building an online course for changing guitar chords. It's for pretty much beginner level people who just want to be able to change faster, be more confident with the basic stuff. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm working on it now, so stay tuned. And if you're one of those people who might be interested, get ready for it.
The third method that I use to make money is YouTube. You're watching it right now. I don't make money just from you watching. I make most of my money currently from ads. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but at some point this year I was monetized, and I make a few cents here and there every time someone clicks on an ad. So it's pretty cool. I don't make a lot from it, but I do make around $200 to $250 a month right now over the last 4 or 5 months. I've put a lot of time into YouTube. That's the thing about YouTube. For some of you who want to start a channel, I'm 100% in your corner, cheering you on. Start your channel. It's fun. If you love to play guitar and you like to teach or talk about guitar, it's a really cool thing to do. It took me a long, I was building my channel for about 5 years. Very, very nonchalantly, right? I didn't pour a lot of energy into it. And I was making a video here, and then I'd wait 3 months and make another, and then I'd make like 4 in a row 1 week, and then I'd just stop for a year. So I was kind of all over the place. It takes a long time to get to where you're making money. At least it did for me. And so it was kind of like, I'll do it when I do it. But this year I got monetized, and it's been awesome. Now I make a couple $100 a month that I wasn't making before. So I'm very happy about that and very blessed. Hopefully down the road, as I continue to build my channel, I can make even more money from it. That would be really cool. But if you're thinking about starting a channel, go for it. Encourage you to just don't worry too much about the numbers from the beginning. Just put a video out weekly and make sure your videos are things that you're actually interested in, because you will get super bored and super burnt out if it's not. Don't focus too much about what would other people want to see. Just do what you would want to see. And for me, it was song tutorials. I just taught songs that I love. That's how I learned guitar, by playing songs. So like I said, I make around $3,000 a year from YouTube at my current pace. So it's pretty cool. Sweet child of mine. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Don't forget to leave a tip. My fourth method for making money that I currently use is to perform live. I perform at bars, wineries, weddings, funerals, even churches, although it's not as much as a performance, but I do get paid occasionally. This is a pretty lucrative way to make money, although it does take a lot of work and a lot of upfront work, because you've got to buy usually your own speakers, unless you're at a wedding or funeral. But for gigs, bars, and wineries, you've got to have your own speakers. You've got to have mic stands, mics, a little mixer, a bunch of stuff. You can look into that, but it's an upfront cost, but you can make pretty good money from doing it. Here in Bakersfield, there's several places around town that regularly hire for someone to play music. So I play right now not a whole lot, maybe about once every month and a half, but at times I'll be playing more than that. But right now it's kind of a seasonal thing. Like I said, I got 3 little kids, so it's hard to be away, but at the bars and wineries, I'll play about once every couple months, and I make around, usually they pay around $150 to $200 for an hour or two of playing, sometimes 3 hours, and then the tips will be anywhere from like $10 to $100. You never know. Sometimes I play with my wife and I make a lot more in tips when I do that, because she sings really well and she's beautiful to behold. And so that's nice, but we got to pay for childcare when I do that. So anyways, playing, gigging, I probably make around $3,000 a year doing that right now, performing at those places. Weddings are great. If you can get to a wedding, you can charge anywhere from $500 to $1,000. If you can play at a wedding, you can charge, depending on what they ask you to do, you could charge anywhere from $250 to $500 to, sometimes if it's out of town, $1,000 to play and bring your own gear and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Funerals, you can't charge as much, but you make some money playing there. So just talk around if you're interested in this. Start looking around. I sent messages on Instagram to these bars and venues saying, hey, I perform, and then they'll usually want to see a clip of you playing, and you can send that in and get some gigs doing that and make some pretty good money. If you perform once a week at $200, $250 a night, that's $1,000 a month right there. So it's a great little side income. It's only one night per week, so it's really cool like that. So that's my fourth method, my second most lucrative. The fifth and final method that I'm going to show you provides by far the bulk of my guitar playing musical paycheck, and that is teaching lessons. Now, before you run off and say, oh, I get it, teaching lessons is awesome. To start with, a kid, sometimes like 7, 8 years, 9 years old, and to work with them for a few years, you know, on learning music, and to see them go from not being able to play anything to, you know, playing some of their favorite songs and being able to make friends by playing a school band or church band, building confidence, making them smarter. Music literally makes kids smarter and makes their brains fire better. So teaching lessons is the bomb. If you've never taught a lesson before and you're scared to do it, you kind of got to just jump in. You're not going to do it perfectly the first time, the first month, even the first, as the year. I'm still finding ways to teach better, but I love it. I have around 17 students right now. I see them for half-hour sessions, and I charge per month. Okay, so I used to charge per lesson, like if the student showed up for a lesson, or if, you know, we were on, then I would charge them something like $30 a lesson for half hour. But it's just too spotty. If they canceled at one point, you didn't make any money, you know, in your account, counting all that income. So what I do now, which is nobody has complained about and it's been so much better, is I charge per month. And you can consider it something like tuition, or like a enrollment to a semester class at a school or university or something, where you pay for the class whether you show up or not. So that's what they're paying for. They're paying per month $135 per month. That's what I charge right now. I could probably raise my prices pretty soon, but they pay $135 a month, a lesson every week, half-hour lesson at my house, or in my studio. And I charge extra if I have to go to them, a lot extra, because it takes time and gas to get there. But they come to my house, $135 a month, and they're paying for the spot. So if they cancel, like if they just don't want to come or on vacation, that's on them. I calculate in, and I tell them this up front: you're paying for the spot, and I'm building in some weeks in my weekly rate. I'm building in the fact that you probably won't make every single week of the year. There's going to be sickness and dentist appointments, things that you can't get out of. And so I think I give them like 6 grace weeks in the 52-week year, based on my calculations, and then I divide it by that many, 46 weeks in a year, divided by how much I think I should charge per 30-minute lesson, and then it comes out to around $135 a month. And so they understand that if they miss some lessons, it's kind of built in, so that makes them feel a little better, and it's guaranteed income for me. I get the same amount regardless on if they come or not. So it's super awesome, and I love teaching lessons. It's so much fun, so rewarding. So grab some students. Start with your nephew or your brother's brother, and just start teaching. Charge what you think you're worth to start, and as time goes on you can increase your rates. But it is such a fun thing to do, to teach lessons, to see someone learn an instrument. So that's the number one way I make money. I think I make around, like I said, I have 16, 17 students. I make around $27,000 a year from that right now. So there you have it, the 5 ways that I currently make money as a musician. I make around $37,000 a year, I'd say, from playing guitar and musical things, mostly playing guitar. There are other ways, I'm sure, to make money. In fact, if you have a way that I didn't mention that I don't use, leave it in a comment below, because maybe I could start doing it, or somebody that's watching this could learn from it. So leave that in a comment. And if you have any questions about anything I said, leave a comment, because I would love to read it, and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. I have goals, I have ideas, little visions for things that I would like to do, ways that I would like to make more money from playing down the road, but that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully you gained something from this. It was kind of fun, actually, to share with you my bank account. A little strange, but I feel like we're super close now. We're really tight. Thank you so much for watching this. Use these ideas. Feel free to use them and grow from them. And I'm glad I could help you out if that works for you. So signing off here. Thank you so much, guys and gals, and I will see you on the next video.